All right, everybody, can you believe it's going to be summer? It feels like summer right now. Oh my gosh. Wow. Talk about a heat wave. Woo! We are getting toasty here in Michigan, which is very unusual. So, before we get started, I highly recommend you grab an essential oil that reminds you of summer. And then type it in the chat. I want to know what you think is a good summer oil for you. Oh, that's good. All right. So yes, we are a couple days away. So it's June 18th, 2024 for anybody who's watching the recording. And we got a good summer coming up here. All right, let's see in the chat for summer oils, jasmine. Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right, what else do we got? What else do we got? Bergamot, yeah. That's a good one. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get started. We had a lot of people register for this, but I think a lot are going to watch the recording. So I'm not going to even come close to anything that could be remotely considered diagnosing, treating, curing, or preventing any disease. That's not what I do. I like to be proactive. And blending oils and crystals is a really good proactive wellness tool. So for those, because there were a lot of people who registered that I didn't recognize their names, and I was very excited to see that. So for those who don't know me, I have been an attorney for 30 years. I am a former prosecuting attorney, and now I am the CEO and the founder of a nonprofit that I created. So that's how I funnel my legal work, where I help domestic violence shelters build on-site pet kennels. And I am a public speaker and a published author in my legal career. And then, oh my gosh, 13 years ago, I opened my healing and wellness business, Manifested Harmony. So I do a lot of different things. I have, I think, 10 certifications at this point in energy healing. I have 4 different coaching certifications. I'm a Young Living brand partner, and I am the creator of the Oily Crystal. So I've written an Oily Crystal book. I've created the Oily Crystal Masterclass. Stay tuned. I've got another book that is literally downloading into my brain as we speak. And we'll see if I can pump it out this summer. It's going to be another Oily Crystal book. And I am also the author of The Oily Pet, because in my legal work, I do a lot of animal protection work. So that is a little bit about me. And if by chance you have not gotten the second editions of The Oily Pet and The Oily Crystal, they are available to you. And because it is the 13th birthday of my business, and my business is basically now a teenager and is unruly, you can use the coupon code 13OFF, no space in that, and get 13% off one or both books. But I'm going to dive into the energy of summer before we get into pairing and blending oils and crystals. So, all right, so we're in a very, very interesting energy where we're in a balance right now. So we are in a very strong sun energy. So we are in the longest days of the year. So right now it is June 18th, and in 2 days, we will have the summer solstice, which will be our longest day of the year. And then we start losing days here in the Northern Hemisphere. For anybody who's watching from the Southern Hemisphere, you're the reverse. You are having a winter solstice. So you are in the shortest days of the year, and then you will start growing in sunlight. But we are in longer days, which is fantastic for any sort of expansion or growth that you want to have in your life. It is an energy of, fireflies outside, so that fiery, glowing energy, passion for life. Everything is growing, outside. You may feel more outgoing. You may feel like you want to be outside more, assuming that, you're not in 95-degree weather. So, the seeds, the goals that you planted in spring, if you took my Oily Crystal Spring class or have taken my my visioning for the year class, or if you're in my Sacred Shift group, we talk about working with the cycles when it comes to goal setting and the things that you want, so that you don't get to December 31st and think, oh, I didn't do what I wanted, and I literally relived prior years. So we're in an energy where the seeds or the goals that you planted in the spring should be flourishing because you've paid attention to them, you've nurtured them. We're in a high energy where things are really growing, things are expanding, they're being nourished. So it's an extreme manifesting energy. And maybe you're already harvesting and seeing the results of your work. And if you're not, then this is a really good opportunity to look at your inner motivation and revisit your goals for the year, because our inner motivation is like a pilot light in us. And in the summer, it is burning hot. So that means you can really go hot and heavy on your goals. So it is an energy of full speed ahead, action steps, momentum, and greater joy, because when we are joyful, we manifest. We manifest what we want. When we are lethargic and sad and sick and not feeling well, we actually manifest what we don't want. So the sun energy just infuses us with joy and happiness. And so it's fantastic to manifest what you want. Now, on the flip side of that, it's also a very lighthearted energy of play, adventure, and getting out of the being frazzled and being so busy. So I'm starting to see that phrase come back, which was so prevalent before the pandemic. I mean, did you ever ask a friend, hey, how you doing? And they would respond, oh, I'm so busy. Yeah, the pandemic taught us not to wear that like a badge of honor, because it's not. It's not a badge of honor. When you are busy, you cannot manifest the things that you want, because you're literally working somebody else's to-do list. So this summer, it's getting out of that frazzle energy. It's getting out of the I'm so busy and getting into the lighthearted energy that summer has to offer. Now, a lot of people tend to check out in the summer because they want to have fun. Trust me, I'm one of them. I live in Michigan. We're surrounded by the Great Lakes. The lakes are great. And basically, we get deprived of good weather, and we literally get 4, maybe 5 months if we're lucky. And so Michiganders tend to go a little bananas, and I'm one of them. So it's an energy to have fun. It's an energy to be adventurous, but you have to do both at the same time. Tap into the strong sun energy and the lighthearted energy at the same time. So, for example, if anybody, if you have your own business, or if you just have goals that you really want to manifest this year, if you take the summer off because you want to play, or you're going on vacation, or you're running the kids or the grandkids all over the place, then you're literally pulling the seeds, your goals that you planted. You're pulling them right out of the ground, and you're going to have nothing to harvest in the fall. So it's important to keep up even a little bit, doing something every day, because I don't want to say everybody has goals, but we all should have a goal, and it doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be big. It could be something simple, like, I want to add more fruit into my, nutrition. I mean, it could be something really simple. And if you do something every day, then you'll actually achieve it. You'll actually get there. So, don't take the summer off because you won't be able to harvest your goal. But at the same point, part of this lighthearted energy is you need white space in your calendar. You need space to stop pushing. Pushing is an energy that pushes away. It pushes away all the stuff that you want. So when you have white space in your calendar, you can actually think. You can actually be thoughtful about, okay, this is my goal, and these are the things that I need to do to reach it. Like, you can backtrack it. So that's really important. And I'm finding this to be more heightened this summer, is giving yourself that space. And I'll tell you, a lot of women do not give themselves permission to do nothing. I'm here right now to tell you, you have permission to do nothing. To go sit on your patio, to go sit on your deck, or to go sit in your backyard and do nothing. Leave the phone in the house. If you want to take a beach novel and just read it, just to decompress your mind. This is the energy that we're in, because when you can have that downtime, then you can tap into the strong energy of the sun. So it's two polar opposite energies. It's like two sides of a coin. You got to have both at the same time. So it's an energy of work hard, play hard. Work hard and play hard. Right now, I've challenged one of my friends to make a summer bucket list. She's really struggling with it because she's not like a playful sort of, she self-admits she's not a playful, fun, adventurous personality. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm doing it, and you got to do it with me. Because even she said, you don't want to get to the end of summer and look back and say, oh, I didn't do anything, or I worked the whole time. So play hard, work hard. And when you're in a playful, lighthearted energy, you can actually tap into the strong sun energy of manifesting. It puts you in a more abundant mindset. So that's what we've got going on with the energies. Now we have some additional powerful energies this summer, where manifesting just continues to get faster. Be really clear on what you want. Most people focus on what they don't want. And then when it arrives, they're like, this doesn't work. I keep getting what I don't want. Yeah, because you keep focusing on it. What you focus on is what you're going to draw in. We also have people's intuition is just really kicking in. And you may not trust it yet, but intuition is always right. And a lot of people are finding themselves going deeper into spirituality, learning about spiritual things, learning about things, just basically being open-minded. And it's helping that we're being lit up with the sun's energy to say yes to opportunities. So if you see a class or a book or something that just catches your eye, just say yes to it. Say yes, rather than getting into analysis paralysis. So it's an energy of being spontaneous and adventurous and exploring and looking for what you want in your goals, rather than focusing on what you don't want. When you look for what you want, you're going to see it. And that's just how the energy laws work. So it's also an interesting energy that, especially for those of us who are in business, if we are doing the same things that we did 5 years ago, ooh, that is a stuck energy. You got to ditch it all and do things differently. I mean, that's how rapidly things are changing. So it's looking for new perspectives, and you need the downtime. And just be cautious in what you consume, not just in food, but classes, what you see online, what you see in social media, what you see in regular media, what you read in books, because it could create an energy cord that could drain your energy. And so you want to stay connected to this strong yet light-hearted energy. Okay, so anything that's dragging you down, say goodbye to it. Just literally just say goodbye. Goodbye to you. Goodbye to you. Isn't that a song by Scandal? An 80s song. So we also got some summer influences happening at the celestial level. So I'm going to go through this pretty quick because I could do a 90-minute class on this. And I pretty much do a 90-minute class on this once a month for my Sacred Shift group. So Schumann resonance, which is the Earth's frequency, is now pretty consistently high. It's still spiking a lot. You can track it online. NASA tracks it, governments track it, scientists track it. But we have been pretty consistently at an unusually high frequency. And so, summer is a high frequency to begin with because of the sun energy. And now we've got the Schumann resonance. And that really kicked in after the May 10th, May 11th solar flares that created the beautiful northern lights that we had worldwide. The Schumann resonance has just been consistently high. So we had a bump in the Schumann resonance, and that's been going on solidly now for 7 years. And now we're kind of settling into it. But we have high frequency energies going on. We have what we call solar maximum, where we're getting a lot of solar flares right now, and it's natural. Nothing we can do about it. The sun goes through 11-year solar cycles with solar minimums and solar maximums. So 2024 and 25 are solar maximum. Oh my gosh. And that's why we had those, they're called coronal mass ejections, those X-class solar flares, May 10th and 11th, that created the beautiful northern lights that people everywhere got to see. I mean, it was just awesome. And I believe we just had a big solar flare, and I heard an hour ago that the 911 system in Massachusetts is out, like for the whole state. That's what solar flares do. They knock out electrical grids. If your internet is wonky, yeah, there's stuff going on. There's really, really high energies, but it can also bubble up a lot of anger and agitation in people. So this is why I highly recommend that we just hang out with oils and crystals and our pets and each other. And we keep the crazy people out. We just be happy all summer. So that's my plan for all of us. You probably didn't know that was my plan for you, but yeah, that's what we're going to do. So then we've got planetary retrograde energies happening. And if you're not familiar with retrograde astrology, it is fascinating. It is just fascinating. But here's the short story. This summer, we're going to have 6 planets go retrograde, which means they appear to go backward in the sky. And it's an opportunity to reassess, redo, reevaluate, review, whatever the energy is that is happening. And maybe you're going to reevaluate or review your life, your business, your beliefs, your habits, where you're headed in life, the work that you do, the relationships that you're in. It can be a little chaotic, but it's like a snow globe. You shake it, looks like chaos, but then when it settles, it's beautiful. So this summer, we're going to get some deeply buried emotions that will bubble up to release. That's good. Better out than in, right? I mean, toxic emotions create havoc on the body. So we can thank Chiron and Pluto for that. Thank you to them. We're going to get some lessons on setting better boundaries. So this is where you have my permission to put white space in your calendar. You have permission to say, no, I don't want to go to that committee meeting. No, I don't want to go to that game. No, I don't want to. Just say no. Be like a toddler. You totally have my permission, and Saturn is going to back you on that. A lot of us are going to go into very deep introspection and really review and evaluate everything, and we can thank Neptune for that. We're going to look at how we communicate with each other, and Mercury is going to take us through that for better or for worse. And we're also going to get lessons in whether we are grounded enough when things get a little shaky, like the snow globe. Okay, when things get a little chaotic and a little shaky, and we can thank Uranus for that. So we've got some. I think these are all good energies. These are all good energies because it's basically asking us to just be our best self. And then we have moon energies. So, oh my gosh, this seems so long ago, but y'all remember the April 8th total solar eclipse, and everybody's traveling to get into the totality to see it. Doesn't that seem like so long ago? Oh my gosh. So those energies are still influencing us, energies of bold change and reevaluating what's not working and changing what you don't like about your life or things or work, and really lifting heavy energies off of us. So, we've got, new moons and full moons coming up this summer. And if y'all follow me on social media, I usually give you a little heads up, like, hey, we got a new moon coming up tomorrow. Here's what it's about. Here's what you can do. Here are some oils and crystals that can tap into the energy. New moons are about setting intentions and taking action. So it's like 2 weeks of, this is what I want, go. Do the things toward it. And then the full moons are where you sit back and you're just receptive. Like, okay, I did the stuff. Let it come to me. Let it come to me. Now, what's interesting, this month on the 21st and then July 20th, we have full moons in Capricorn. And here's the short story about full moons in Capricorn. We're getting 2 back to back. Basically, earthy Capricorn is saying, if you've done the work, you'll see the rewards. And if you haven't, so sad, too bad. So if you're thinking, all right, I haven't done squat toward whatever it is that you want, even if it's a short-term goal, or maybe it's a long-term goal, and you're like, oh, shoot, that June 21st full moon is coming up really fast and I haven't done the work. You get a redo. You get a redo. And the redo starts on the new moon, and then you let it flow to you on the July 20th Capricorn full moon. All right, if that makes sense. And then we got a couple of super full moons coming up. And this is where the moon is like really close to the earth, and it's those big, beautiful moons in the sky. So mark your calendar for August 19th and September 17th. And the September 17th super full moon has a big lunar eclipse with it. Ah! So we'll start eclipse season that will go September into October. And all I can say is a lot of truth is going to be coming out. Hold on to your hats, sisters. Woo! It's going to be roller coaster. So all of this energy, the energy of the sun, the energy of solar flares, the energy of the retrogrades, and the moon energies are just asking you to just flow with it. Just flow with it. If something needs to change, change. If you need to do something, do it. And if you need to let go of something, let it go. Let it go. And for your goals, do not neglect them this summer, because if you try to pick them back up, when the kids go back to school, your goals are not going to be there. They're not going to be there. So have fun, rest, play, but also tap into this heightened energy. All right, so let's now talk about blending oils and crystals. So this is like a flash tutorial. If you don't have the Oily Crystal book, grab it. Here is the short story of why we do it. Number one, everything is made of vibrational energy. Everything. You are, I am, My cat Rudy, who's over here sleeping, who should be on the back of the chair, but he's sleeping on the job. He's made of energy. Our essential oils are made of energy. Crystals are made of energy. This air is energy. And so when we can blend the vibrational frequencies of essential oils and crystals together, we actually tap into physics principles. And I talk about it briefly in the book. I go into depth in my crystal classes. But basically, you're tapping into physics principles where these vibrational frequencies come together and create a frequency that is very beneficial, very, very beneficial for your body, your emotions, your mental state, your spiritual self. And, you know, essential oils come from the earth, right? They come from plants. These plants are infused not only with the Earth's energy and the Earth Schumann's resonance, they're influenced by solar flares, they're influenced by moon energies, and they're influenced by planetary energies. So, you know, the roses that are growing right now have a frequency that are not the same as the roses that grew last summer. Okay, so I know those frequency oil charts, especially in Young Living, they make their rounds on social media. They are 100% inaccurate. Those were old studies from 25 years ago, and the frequencies have dramatically changed. Now, they can give you a hierarchy to let you know which ones are more grounding, which ones are more high frequency, but to say that rose is 320 megahertz, I don't think so. Not now. No way, Jose. So, and even Young Living agrees with that. I just wish they would do retesting. So plants have a vibrational frequency because they grow from the earth. Crystals grow in the earth and also contain the Earth's frequency and the frequency of solar flares and planets and moon energies. Basically, everything on this planet is influenced by all the stuff that I just talked about, including us. If you've ever had trouble sleeping during a full moon, that's a full moon frequency. So crystals, like essential oils, provide a myriad of benefits at all your energy levels: physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. And so it's another tool in your wellness kit. And I think we're all looking for tools, right? So when it comes to blending, I have two hard rules. I mean, when it comes to crystals and oils in general, you know, it's your experience with them that gives you your experience. But I have two hard rules when it comes to blending. Number one, the crystal has to be Mohs hardness 6 or higher. So every crystal, every gem that has been discovered is rated on a scale of 1 to 6. 1 is very soft, or not 1 to 6, 1 to 10. 1 is very soft, like talc. Talc is actually a rock and you can crumble it in your hands. 10 is a diamond. You can't scratch a diamond. The cutoff for a crystal to go in liquid, like in a roller bottle, cutoff is 6. 6 and higher. Anything below that is too soft, and you don't know what is internal in the crystal that could leach out into the liquid, whether it's a water or an essential oil-based blend. And that comes to my second point: no toxic minerals. Most crystals have toxic minerals. So you have to be very, very careful where you buy your crystal roller bottles from. The only company that I endorse and recommend is Silver Orange Boutique. She has changed her entire supply going back to 2020 when I first published the Oily Crystal book. And she has made sure that her crystals are real and they are safe and they are non-toxic and they are Mohs hardness hard enough. So I work very, very much with Rebecca, who's the owner. You can trust hers. Please do not buy from anybody else. I do not get any financial reimbursement for saying this. It's just I want people to be safe. Even if you think you are buying a safe crystal roller bottle on Amazon or from another company, do you really know that it's safe? Do you know that it's not glass? A lot of these small chips, it's easy for them to be glass or toxic and mislabeled. And I see this all the time with some very popular vendors who are selling these, and they have mislabeled the crystals. And the crystals they have in the bottles are dangerous because they don't know. They are not trained in crystals. They don't have any comprehension of what they're doing. They're well-intentioned, but they don't have proficiency in crystals. And so they're putting soft crystals and toxic crystals. So be very careful who you buy from. You can absolutely trust Silver Orange Boutique. Absolutely 100%. All right. Now, I'm going to give you some blends, but I'm also going to talk about how you can pair crystals alongside oils without blending them. So you use them separately, yet together. And I call that pairing. All right, so are you ready? Now you're all going to get this recording, so don't feel like you got to handwrite like crazy or screenshot because you're going to get the recording, okay? And if for some reason the email doesn't come through, because I'm finding Gmail doesn't like when it just doesn't like when I send to more than 2 people, and I'm going to send to everybody who registered for this, just go to my YouTube page. And on the last slide, I'm going to give you that. You can just go to my YouTube page and it'll be there. So if you don't get it by tomorrow morning, just go to my YouTube page and you'll find this recording. So I'm going to give you some deep, like energetic explanations for the crystals and the essential oils so that you can decide which ones you want to work with. Now, in the summer, just remember to be careful about topically wearing photosensitive essential oils outside. Personally, I've never had a problem putting lemon on, going out in the sun. I don't know why, because I do have very sensitive skin, but just be careful with that. So I'm going to talk about a lot of citrus oils. By the way, citrus oils are phenomenal for exfoliating and energizing the skin. Did you know that? Did you know that? Oh my gosh, I'd be like sticking that in your shower. I'd be putting a citrus oil in there and you can exfoliate your skin. And just emotionally and mentally, citrus oils light up your prefrontal cortex and get your brain moving, make you more efficient, more focused, help you remember, be more productive. Because wouldn't it be nice to just get your work done faster and be more productive so that you can go outside and play? That's how I spend summer. So, okay, let's talk about bergamot. And I'm just going to give you some real brief explanations here. If you ever take the Oily Crystal Masterclass, you get a 70-page workbook where I give you even greater explanations of what these oils do energetically. So bergamot is all about going with the flow. All right, so if you're somebody who likes to jam a square peg into a round hole, that doesn't work. That's not going with the flow. Bergamot is the oil that you want to work with. If you're always pushing and hustling and frazzled and you're always busy, you need a gallon of bergamot in your life. You need to be bathing in bergamot like all day long. Trust me, I am a recovering jamming a square peg into a round hole sort of gal. Bergamot's your oil. Grapefruit is a happy oil. I mean, look at grapefruit. It's just a happy looking fruit. And energetically, it clears out mental confusion and the mental chatter so that you can actually hear your inner voice. And that inner voice is going to say, put white space in your calendar and stop hustling. Hustle energy it actually makes you slower. When you can actually slow down, you're more productive. I have been testing this for years and it is shocking how that works. Shocking. All right, jade lemon. Okay, who's a fan of jade lemon? I mean, this is like lemon lime combination. First of all, I love to put it in sparkling water. It's basically a natural version of Sprite. It is so good. But this is invigorating, uplifting, energizing. It clarifies your thoughts and your purpose so that you can actually get work done more efficiently, more productively. And this is where, like, if you work a traditional job, just go into your boss and say, hey, boss, if I can get all my work done for the day in 5 hours, can I leave after 5 hours? I used to do that when I worked in a law office. I'm like, if I get it done, can I leave early? And they're like, you're never going to get it done. Yeah, watch me. Watch me. And then I'm going to go play on the beach. Watch me. Watch how productive you can get when you have an end goal. So that's what Jade Lemon does. Lemon is another happy oil full of joyful energy. It helps you focus and learn and listen and remember, helps you be more productive. Lemon myrtle. Oh my gosh, I love the smell of lemon myrtle. Oh, it is like sharp. Like it's like sweet and sour. It's almost like a lemon Sour Patch Kid. So see, now I'm going to be thinking about Sour Patch Kids. It is so good. It gives you clarity if you're feeling lost. Like if you have a goal and you're like, I do not know how to get there. I literally do not even know the first step to take toward my goal. Start working with lemon myrtle. It gives you clarity if you're feeling lost. It clears the negativity that's holding you back. That little voice in your head that's holding you back. Lemongrass, another clarity of mind. Are you kind of getting a hint of what these oils are doing and what summer is about? Clarity of mind. Lemongrass is also mentally stimulating. It's really good for releasing resentment and negative energies, and it just brings on a very light, hopeful energy. It's just very, very lighthearted. Lemon verbena. This is tart. This is like a Sour Patch Kid. Tart, but it is calming, and it helps if you have trouble leaving work in the office. Smell it at the end of the day. It's like it just clears that out. It's very calming. It's really good for helping you sleep. It's crazy. And your joints are going to love it. If you've got sore joints, like if your kids are dragging you all over the place or you're hiking and doing all this stuff, like put it on. Like it's amazing how it works. Lime is really good for releasing unhappiness and irritation and worry and stress. And it helps you not take on other people's emotions and energies. Because have you noticed there's a lot of negative, like crud flying around? You do not need that. You do not need that. Okay. Lime, just wear lime. Like topically wear it. You're going to smell awesome. And you're going to be a walking diffuser and everybody's going to be happy around you. Orange is the energy of the sun. So it's an energy of abundance. Orange is the abundance oil. Petitgrain. So leaves and twigs from the bitter orange tree create neroli. And petitgrain comes from the bitter orange tree. And this helps to release the overworking and being so busy. I mean, if you have fallen back into that energy or never got out of it and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so exhausted. I'm just depleted. Petitgrain. Because and literally I'm speaking from experience. When you overwork and you are so busy, you are running from unresolved emotions and your brain is trying to protect you from having to process them. When you slow down and put white space in your calendar, you can release them. And then all of a sudden you're like, hey, I'm now making good decisions and I feel happy and uplifted. And that's what petitgrain does. All right, tangerine. So tangerine is joyful, it's calming, it's blissful. It makes us feel happy, helps us embrace change. So all of these citrus oils kind of have a very similar energy to them. Clarity of mind, happy, joyful, uplifting, releasing negativity. So you just pick which ones you have. All right, let's go to some other oils. Citronella. this is really good for anything that bugs you. And I'm not just talking about the things that fly in the air, but people, coworkers, family, friends, situations. Be working with citronella for things that bug you. Kunzia takes you to a happy place on a rainy day. And a rainy day could just be your emotions. If you are having rainy day emotions and you're just like not feeling super happy and joyful, this is going to take you to your happy place, okay? Kunzia, it's a great oil. Patchouli is a really grounded connection to earth and to sun energies, okay? You are going to get very, very connected to the earth and the sun. And it's just a very earthy sort of energy, but yet bright and light like the sun. A Lang Lang is all harmony, spiritual awareness, self-love, and confidence. And then for those of you who are with Young Living, our blends, Abundance, oh my gosh, this is a great summer oil. So if you're thinking, wow, I set goals in January and I just haven't done anything, or I forgot about most of them, or I started off great and then life got in the way. I got so busy. That is you on a nervous system level avoiding your goal. That's what it is. This is what I coach people with. It's like, no. Nope, nope, nope. So this is where you can use this oil to get moving now, to change your frequency. This is a manifestation oil, and you got to use it with your intentions. So recite your goals while you're smelling this. And you know, when you're thinking about a goal and working with this oil, you know, you have to think about your goal as if you already have it. You can't want it or wish it. And so many people are creating goals by saying, I want or I wish. Well, you're going to be wanting and wishing. That's what the energies do. You have to state it like it's happened. And that's what this oil does. It gets you into that, I already have it. I just haven't seen it yet, but I already have it. It's already here. So it's a fantastic oil, fantastic oil. Citrus Fresh, basically all of those citrus oils. I mean, it's happy oil, it's a focus oil. When you know you got to get through your to-do list, you got to go to work, you got to get things done, but you don't want that dragging you down. You don't want your coworkers dragging you down. You don't want your friends dragging you down. You want to be lighthearted and happy so that when you're done, you actually have the energy to do things that you want to do that are joyful this summer. If you are spending your days being dragged down by a job that you don't like, by people that you don't like to hang out with, do you think you're going to have energy at the end of the day to do fun things? No, you're not. Citrus Fresh, you need to cover yourself in it because it's going to help you with that energy. The Joy Oil, if the energies are heavy around you, this is going to lighten them. I mean, floral oils are just so light and fresh. It moves out grief. It moves out worry and stress so that you can actually align with joy and happiness, that's what summer is all about, is joy and happiness. Kid Power. So this is the kid version of Valor, and it smells like an orange creamsicle. And that's why it belongs in a summer energy, because it just smells like an orange creamsicle. It is such a great smelling oil. And this is the oil that I want you to use to create a summer bucket list of things that you've always wanted to do, but you're so busy. You don't have time. And it doesn't have to be anything extravagant. It doesn't have to be, flying off to Paris so that you can have, sit at a Parisian cafe. It doesn't have to be that. It could literally be, driving a couple of hours to some place that you've always wanted to visit that's nearby, or, spending, a Thursday morning sitting at your local coffee shop and just sitting with a friend. Make a bucket list, like 10 items. 10 items. If you can do 12, that would be great. one for every week of summer. And then use the Kid Power oil to give you the courage to do it and not make the excuses why you can't. And then you're going to have a memorable summer. You're gonna look back and say, wow, I actually did things. I actually did the things that I wanted to do. And then the Luscious Lemon Blend, this again is another happy oil, helps you with focus when you're working, when you'd rather be out playing, helps you to be more productive and efficient. All right, so let's now go to crystals. These are safe to blend, so they can be in a roller bottle. All right, now some of these Silver Orange Boutique does not have. She has all of them except for the Golden Healer. If you go to a crystal store and can buy a Golden Healer quartz, I mean, you can actually take some chips off of it and you can make your own roller bottle. But let me go through these. So carnelian, so like I said, all of these are safe. They're Mohs hardness 6 or higher, non-toxic minerals, okay? Because crystals are made of minerals, okay? So there's nothing toxic. So carnelian, it's an orange crystal, so it's all about fire and energy. It's giving you motivation and passion and pleasure and joy. I mean, it's a crystal that brings people together because people like to be around joyful people who are happy, right? So when you're working with carnelian, you just have that energy of fire and passion and joy, and people are really drawn to that. Citrine is the energy of the sun. It's a yellowish crystal. If you get like a natural, there's heat treated citrine, and then there's natural. This is a natural citrine, and it looks a little brown. It's like a brownish yellow. Those are far more expensive, but even heat treated citrine is still a real citrine. I explained it in my crystal class. I don't have time to go into it right now. But it's a yellowish crystal, so it's got the energy of the sun to expand the light within you, the joy within you, the happiness within you. So it can turn negativity into positivity. Crystals transmute energy unlike anything I've ever worked with. Absolutely. I mean, they're scientifically, I love going into the science in my crystal classes, but they can transmute energy like that. So citrine is a very happy, joyful crystal. Clear quartz is just silica. Its job is to move chi energy in the body. So it's going to help you with retrograde energies to just flow, to flow with everything that's happening, to be in that snow globe. And when it's shaking, you're like, wee, here we go. It's a crystal that amplifies everything that it comes into contact with. So use it to amplify your goals, to amplify manifesting, to amplify your joy, to pull you out of feeling negative. Let it pull you out of that and get yourself flowing. Golden Healer quartz is a very high vibrational crystal associated with success and joy and releasing old patterns and old habits that hold you back. Herkimer diamonds are a very white light, super high vibrational energy. I mean, Herkimer diamonds, I got some here in a grid. Oh my gosh, they are just beautiful. They are wonderful to work with. Super high vibration when you just need to raise yourself up. And then peridot, this is my birthstone. I'm an August baby, so I'm going to get ready to make my peridot blend on the summer solstice. And peridot is all about joy and good cheer and balancing emotions and balancing your mind to be work hard but play hard. Okay, it's a crystal of growth and change. Okay, now what about pairing crystals separately from the oils? So you're not putting these in a roller bottle, you're holding the crystal while topically applying an oil smelling an oil, diffusing an oil. Maybe while you meditate, you pray, you recite affirmations, you recite your goals. Okay, there's all sorts of ways to work with these. So let me talk about these. And again, these cannot go in liquid. They are too soft and they have toxic minerals in them, but they're totally safe to hold. So aquamarine. Okay, this is the mermaid crystal. Okay, it's got a mermaid energy to it. It's got like the ocean wave energy feel to it. It's very calming and cooling, and you will mellow out and go with the flow like water working with this crystal. You want to be a mermaid? Aquamarine is your crystal. Garnet is a very dark red crystal, very fiery crystal. It's energizing, it's stimulating, especially if you feel stuck. You know, if you've got a goal that is stuck, or you just feel stuck in a dead-end job or a relationship that you're ready to move on from, work with garnet because it releases old patterns and old habits. It's very protective. It's very grounding and stabilizing during change, because if you're going to rework some habits, you're going to be changing. And it brings good luck and prosperity, and it brings motivation. Larimar. Now, this is the dolphin crystal. Okay. So it's very soft, watery energy. Larimar only comes from the Dominican Republic. I mean, it is a beautiful blue crystal. It looks like the ocean. When you look at it, it looks like the ocean. And it's got a very mellow beach vibe. So, you know, aquamarine and Larimar together, like if you are constantly craving that beach vibe, I'm a total lake girl. We have lakes here that act like the ocean here in Michigan. They have huge waves. And I love the Larimar aquamarine energy. So these are good ones for you. Orange calcite is a very high energy, very high happiness, and a creative crystal. So if you like to be creative and maybe you're kind of in a creative block, this is a really good crystal. It's full of positive energy. It's very playful, lighthearted energy. It's basically summer in a crystal. That's what orange calcite is. Stellar beam calcite. This is what I was holding. Stellar beam calcite. Oh, do I love me some stellar beam calcite. Also known as dogtooth calcite. This is a stone of motivation. If you need to light a fire under your behind, stellar beam calcite. It is very high vibration and it will break old patterns for you. Sunstone is the energy of the sun and all about joy and freedom and personal power, basically taking back your life and saying, you know what? I think I'm not working today. I'm going to go do something fun. So sunstone gives you that joy and that freedom, that empowered energy. And then yellow fluorite is a very grounded energy, but really heightens your intuition. It increases your focus. It brings harmony and balance and transformation. And the yellow energy of it is very sweet and very strong. So this is a very empowering, take action, be bold in your decisions sort of crystal. All right, so let me give you some recipes. I'm all about recipes. So these are for roller bottles, okay? These are for roller bottles. Now you can also work with these separately, okay? If you don't have small enough pieces to go in a roller bottle, but you got a big piece of peridot, you can work with these separately, okay? You don't have to blend them, but these crystals are safe to blend, okay? So I got to tell you, my favorite diffuser blend is Cottage in the Woods. I love that. I don't know what it is about it. I just absolutely love it. And then the Sweet Summer, I love to wear as perfume. Love to wear. Now, when you infuse a crystal into it, you just amplified the energy of everything. Amplified the crystal, you amplified the oils. So, you know, you can go back to the definitions of the crystals, and you are welcome to mix and match these. But you can turn these into roller bottles that you wear. You can turn these into diffuser recipes, and then you can just sit in front of it with a crystal and just go, you know, just be in a happy place. These, though, on the screen, you have to keep separate, because these are the crystals that I just talked about that cannot go in a liquid. So you have to use them separately. So again, you can add the essential oils to a diffuser. You can topically apply them. You can smell them while you are working with the crystal. So the Mermaid Vibe, oh my gosh, I love that one. That's a really good one. It's got some interesting oils in it, including nutmeg, which is more of a fall oil. But it's got some really beautiful energy to it. So any of these, you know, some of these I give you the specific drops, and other ones just use equal amounts in your diffuser. So with the Co-Create with basil and Davana, I do 2 drops of each in a diffuser. If you think that's too much basil, you could do 1 drop basil, 3 drops Davana. This is where I don't like to, I will give precise recipes at times, but other times I like to let you figure out how much should you use, because you may not like too much basil, you may not like Davana. So this is where you get to co-create, you get to figure it out, okay? So just play around with it and see what you like. All right, so there is my Stella cat. I made her a flower crown. So part of the summer energies, and on the summer solstice, one of the neat things that you can do is to just make a flower crown, wear a flower crown. So yes, my cats now have handmade flower crowns. Oh, what does that say about me? I have no idea. But I love the summer solstice blend. So in a roller bottle, and orange ylang-ylang and patchouli, you can take this recipe and cut it in half and just put it in a diffuser. So 3 drops orange, 2 drops ylang-ylang, 1 drop patchouli goes in a diffuser, and then double it to go into a bottle, and add carnelian and citrine or citrine. And that's your summer solstice blend. And then this is a sweet summer blend. Oh, I just love this. I love this. Grapefruit, lemon, lime, vanilla. It is, you're going to want to wear it. It is a really beautiful blend. All right. Now, if you have not taken the Oily Crystal Masterclass, it is available as an on-demand. It's 8 hours long. There's that much. And it is powerful. And it comes with a 70-page workbook where I give you these sort of definitions about crystals and the single essential oils. And I mean, it just, it is one of the best things I've ever created. So use coupon code 10OFF for 10% off, just as a thank you for being here. Upcoming transformational classes. A lot of these are going into fall because I'm in creation mode this summer, so I'm not teaching as many classes. But if you're here in Michigan, I've got integrated energy therapy coming up. I've got my crystal classes coming back starting in October and November. The Oily Crystal Fall class is going to be on September 26th. So just stay tuned on my social media pages, or you can just check them out on my website. And I've mentioned the Sacred Shift, and if you want to check it out, this is a community where we talk about all this sorts of stuff. We meet up online twice a month. Tomorrow we have our summer solstice ceremony online. You get a workbook every month, and it just is helping you to flow with these energies that are really ramping up, and they're not going away anytime soon. And I forgot to put on the screen, I'm running a 13% discount on the annual membership. Just use code 13OFF, no space in between. And that is good through 4th of July. And we have a lot of fun. We're a lot of Oilers and Crystal people, and it's a really safe community. And we talk about all sorts of things. It's very, very empowering. Oh, there it is, code 13 off. All right. And again, if you want to get these books, I have the second editions now available on Oily Crystal and Oily Pet. 13 off is your coupon code. And like I said, if for some reason you do not get an email tonight with this recording, just go to my YouTube page. Just go to youtube.com/manifestedharmony. There's all my classes, and you'll see it. Because for some reason, emails are just not getting through to people, and I do it in a bulk email. So I just want to make sure everybody gets it. And from now until the fall equinox, you're going to find me rock hounding on the Great Lakes. So stay tuned on my social media pages. I will take you on a ride with me. So, so anyway, all right, I'm going to stop the recording in case if any of you have any questions. So for those watching the recording, thank you for joining in, and I hope you have a great summer.